Alright, brother, let's talk about something most men never say out loud. You've probably been told to be the provider, the protector, the man with a plan. And while all of that matters, here's the truth. What captures her attention isn't always what keeps her hooked. It's not just strength, charm, or looks. It's something deeper, something subtle, something she won't admit even to herself. Women are often seen as emotionally complex, but what most men miss are the hidden triggers. When you overlook them, you end up chasing when you should be still, talking when silence would have said more, giving when pulling back would have created more desire. She doesn't leave because you weren't enough. She leaves because you gave too much of the wrong thing. But when you move differently, when you stop reacting and start observing, when you stop trying to prove yourself and instead embody presence, that's when the shift happens. That's when she feels something she can't explain. That's when you stop chasing and instead become the standard. In this video, we're going to break down 10 of the most overlooked psychological switches in a woman's mind. These aren't cheap tricks, they're deep emotional patterns. And once you understand them, you stop guessing, you stop negotiating, and you start leading with quiet power. 1. The emotion she can't hide. There's one emotion she'll always try to mask, but never truly can: uncertainty. Not chaos, not confusion, uncertainty. It happens when she realizes she can't read you. When you walk into a room calm, intentional, and not trying to prove a thing, it creates an emotional current she can't ignore. Most men are too obvious. They text too fast, compliment too soon, and need to be liked before they're respected. Women read them instantly. But the man who is calm, unrushed, and steady creates tension and mystery. She leans in more. She pays closer attention. She slows down without realizing it. Because you've disrupted her autopilot. This isn't about playing games. It's about being rooted. When your energy doesn't spike with praise or crumble with rejection, she feels it. That's the one emotion she can't hide. As the Stoic Seneca said, the greatest power is often simple presence. 2. Why emotional presence is her silent obsession. It's not your looks, status, or charm that get under her skin, it's your emotional presence. Most men think attraction is built by effort, talking more, doing more, proving more. But a woman feels you before she ever hears you. Your stillness, your posture, your pace, she notices it all. And when your energy says, "I'm here, grounded, and I don't need to prove myself," it speaks louder than any words. Presence doesn't mean intensity. It doesn't mean staring into her soul. It means you're simply here, not lost in your head, not performing, not chasing. And because most men aren't truly present, the one who is becomes unforgettable. She relaxes because she no longer has to perform for your attention. She feels safe enough to soften. Respect replaces resistance. And ironically, the less you need validation, the more magnetic you become. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Presence is listening, not just to words, but to energy. 3. How absence triggers her need for validation. Have you ever pulled back, not to play games, but just to protect your peace, and suddenly she reached out again? That's not an accident. That's the power of absence. When you're always available, you're predictable. Predictability kills curiosity. But when you step back, her brain starts working overtime. She wonders where you stand. And that uncertainty pulls her toward you. But here's the mistake most men make. They withdraw as a tactic, trying to manipulate her into chasing. That's not real absence. True absence comes from being centered, from choosing not to over-explain or over-give. That's when she starts wondering if she still matters to you. Marcus Aurelius put it best: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Absence isn't about control, it's about peace. 4. The masculine calm that makes her soften. She may test you, raise her voice, withdraw, challenge you, but when you meet all of it with calm, something inside her shifts. Not in defeat, but in surrender. Most women are used to leading emotional tension. They escalate, they withdraw, and most men react, defend, or chase. But the man who stays steady, who doesn't need her mood to dictate his, breaks the cycle. She collapses into softness not because you broke her down, but because your calm gives her permission to let her guard down. It's not passivity, it's discipline. You're not avoiding, you're just not feeding chaos. And that changes everything. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your calm isn't weakness. It's power. 5. When she feels you don't need her, she leans in. Here's the paradox. The more you signal you need her, the less she feels drawn to you. Neediness is pressure, and pressure disguised as affection is exhausting. But when your energy says, "I'm whole with or without you," everything changes. Your presence becomes valuable because it's not guaranteed. Your attention feels like a gift, not a grasp. That's when she starts leaning in. She pays closer attention. She responds faster. She softens. Not because you're playing games, but because your independence makes her curious again. Women don't want to be your reason for peace. They want to feel attracted to the peace you already have. And when you live a life that's full without her, that's when she wants to step closer.